Yeah, yeah, yeah. I do my thing on it. She hit my line 100 times, I let it ring on it. These niggas must be out their mind, cause I'm the king on it. You know my thing, that's what I bring on it. Cause I'm the king on it. Okay. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I'm too far gone, I probably left a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I just want them dollars, nigga, you can keep the change. Unsatisfied until we on a private plane. I be with them soldiers ready to die over a name. Once that oil hit my head, I never been a yeah, yeah, yeah. I do my thing on it. She hit my line 100 times, I let it ring on it. These niggas must be out their mind, cause I'm the king on it. You know my thing, that's what I bring on it. Cause I'm the king on it. Okay. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I'm too far gone, I probably left a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I just want them dollars, nigga, you can keep the change. Unsatisfied until we on a private plane. I be with them soldiers ready to die over a name. Once that oil hit my head, I never been a
Shalom, it's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K 56 annual Passover. It's time to get you a garment. U.P.K traditional garments going for $175. Just contact me on Messenger. I can get you one ASAP. With that being said, Shalom. Shalom, it's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K 56 annual Passover. It's time to get you a garment. U.P.K traditional garments going for $175. Just contact me on Messenger. I can get you one ASAP. With that being said, Shalom.
Want to take up too much of your time, General. One more question. If you could broadcast a message to every black man in America, what would you say?
Separate from white people quickly, because they're going to drag you into the Third World War and destroy your lives further.
Would you recommend?
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your time. Drop me some cash. You can move around this planet like we need to, man, to do the things we need to do. Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west.
I do my thing on it. She hit my line 100 times, I let it ring on it. These niggas must be out their mind, cause I'm the king on it. You know my thing, that's what I bring on it. Cause I'm the king on it. Okay. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I'm too far gone, I probably left a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I just want them dollars, nigga, you can keep the change. Unsatisfied until we on a private plane. I be with them soldiers ready to die over a name. Once that oil hit my head, I never been a...
Brothers and sisters, welcome to the trial of Eve. Right there. Thousands of years old. One, two. Give me the next slide. Let's read about this devil right quick. Got another one? Charles Wilbur found a rock on Elephantine Island. Elephantine Island is about halfway down in Egypt, right off of the Nile. Do you know what he found on this rock? He found the complete story of Joseph and his 7 years of famine and his 7 years of plenty. I thought we was never there. Give me the next slide, brothers. Check this out. This was a, talk about blank blank. This was a ring found in Egypt with the name YAHUAH in Hebrew in solid gold, a double cartouche ring of our history. With YAHUAH's name on the ring. How's up, brother? That's us. Don't ever say we were not there. We were there. And what's happening to us right now in America is our being reawoken. We're being visited by the Lord. The crime, the violence, the poverty, the hell is because we're being visited to wake up and come back to the nation that we are. That is how we will get up out of this place. We were there then, we will be delivered again, just like we were delivered out of that ancient city. Give me a couple. That's right, brother. That's right. I got a couple of them. Give me a little bit more, bro. Now this is gonna blow your mind. Listen to this too. This is the periodic papyrus, a slave list. They said there wasn't no slaves in Egypt. They had a bunch of lies. They got a whole slave list in Egypt. Give me the next slide. Read that if you can. Can you read that, Doctor? Read that real quick for me.
Periodic papyrus, dating from the late 12th dynasty to 13th dynasty. This papyrus contains 95 entries of slave names.
95 entries of slave names. Go ahead.
Of which 30 can be identified as non-Egyptian.
Some can be identified as non-Egyptian. Wait a minute, I'm gonna jump down and cut it short. Jump to the third paragraph, real quick. That names of us in Hebrew in ancient Egypt. Let's get a little bit more. He's gonna go into it all.
A female version of the Hebrew name, YAHUAH,
A female version of a name in Israel. Go ahead.
is present.
Is present. Go ahead.
Also, the name of the woman is paralleled by the Hebrew name I.S.U.K.
What? What did they find on this papyrus? Is parallel to what?
By the name of I.S.U.K.
Issachar. Whose name is that? That's the tribe in the nation of Israel. On the papyrus in ancient Egypt. Go back to the papyrus for a second, y'all, if you could. That's the papyrus right there. Go back now to what you read. Take it from there, because he's going to show us something else in that same papyrus. With slave names on it. Go ahead.
I.S.U.K. is most certainly.
Say what?
I.S.U.K. is most certainly the feminine version of Usher.
Meaning the tribe of inscription they found on this papyrus. Read on.
And scepter is known to us in the Old Testament.
Go ahead.
As Shipra.
As Shipra, go ahead.
The Hebrew midwife.
The who?
The Hebrew midwife.
Read on.
Heard the feds on my ass, and that leaves not the next challenge.
YAHANNA, the book of Ezra 8, verse 85. Moreover, ye shall never seek to have peace with them. Right. We should have never seek to have peace with the damn white man. The Most High God already gave us the blueprint in the Bible. He told us to never seek to have peace with them. And guess what we did? We seek to have peace with the white man, and look at us now. Look at us now. Look at our state now. Look at our condition now. We've done more than ever now. 300 abortions every year because we seek to have peace with the white man. The white man is destroying us, man. The Lord gave us the blueprint in the Bible. Read on. Read it for the top. Read it for the top. The top. Moreover, ye shall never seek to have peace with them. Right. That ye may be strong. Right. That we may be strong.
To what your people have done to my people for 400 years, YAHAWAH, sir.
Which proves the point that I was making earlier, that it don't matter about how much they tell you they're sorry, about no, I wouldn't have never done that. It's all lies coming out the mouth. You understand? Listen, 400 years of slavery. You see this place you walk around down here? Guess who built this? This was built not only on the bones of our Indian brothers and sisters, but off the blood, sweat, and tears of our Hispanic and Black brothers and sisters. Do you not realize that? Do y'all not realize there's not a place in America that doesn't have the touch of a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man, woman, or child? From the stoplights, from the cell phone, to the food you eat. I got another question, just seriously. What is white culture?
That's a good question.
We got white people out here. What is white culture? I'll tell you from a Black point of view. To steal everybody else goddamn culture. That is white culture. To steal. Because you have nothing original of your own. Nothing original. Let me tell you something. Europe didn't belong to the white man. Europe belonged to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. How is it that they know the first bones come from Africa, supposedly, right? Come the dark-skinned people, but everywhere on the face of this planet, some light-skinned person was there first. Some white person was there first. The Hawaiians and Samoans was in Europe first, and they kicked them out, murdered them. There's nowhere on the face of this planet that white people touch that they don't rape, pillage, murder, and rob. Yes, I said rape twice because that's what you're good at. You forget P. Diddy mentor was a white man. For all the P. Diddy jokes and y'all mad at him, just remember he learned it from a white man. He learned it from a white man. That was his mentor. Keep breaking it down, priest. But just know that we know that you white people will never truly be sorry. All the crimes that your people commit, and it's too much, you too prideful to bow down and kiss the boots. It's okay for us to kiss your ass, but y'all can't kiss the boots. That goes to show you the pride of the oppressor and why once more the white man, woman, and child will always be the devil, the Bible speaks of.
We are different people, man. Why? Because Mexicans speak Spanish and we speak English over here. Why? Because the Haitians speak Creole and the Dominicans speak Spanish. Why? Because the Puerto Ricans are on this island and the Dominicans are on that island. Why? Because the Jamaicans are over there, the Haitians are over there. Now we think we are a different race of people. Meanwhile, we are from the same seed. We got the same father, Jacob, which name was changed into Israel. That's why we are the Israelites. We are the real Jews of the Bible. And now Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the people who is supposed to rule over these white devils, That's how the Bible called them. Yes, white devils. Now we are at the bottom, man. Why is that? Let me show you in the Bible real quick. Lamentations 4, verse 1. Lamentations chapter 4, verse 1. How is the gold become dead? Listen to what the Bible says, man. The Bible says, how is the gold become dead? You ever see gold? You see in my net right now? Yeah. You see this, even though it's stainless steel, but you see how it's shining, right? But the Bible is saying, how come this gold become dim? This gold is not shining anymore. Who is it talking about? It is talking about black and Hispanic. Black and Hispanic, we are gold. We are God's chosen people. We are the people that are supposed to be ruling the planet Earth. And the Bible asks the questions about you, black man, about you, Hispanics, about you, Dominicans, about you, Mexicans, about you, Jamaicans, about you, so-called Black Americans. The Bible asks a question about your state, about your status. Read that question again. How is the gold become dim? How is the gold become dim? How come black people are not shining anymore? How come black people are not ruling over the cavemen anymore? How come Hispanics are not ruling anymore? How is the gold become dim? How come black and Hispanics are divided? Why are Mexicans are being called spics by their own brothers to black men? Why? Because we heard it from the oppressor. How is the gold become dim? Keep going. How is the most fine gold changed? The most fine gold. That's us, black men. That's us, Hispanics. That's us. We are the most fine, the finest gold. That's who we are. We are God's chosen people. I know we are at the bottom of society, I know. But we are special, man. And the Bible is reminding us of that. Keep going. The stones of the sanctuary are pulled up.
Yeah. I do my thing on it. She hit my line 100 times, I let it ring on it. These niggas must be out their mind, cause I'm the king on it. You know my thing, that's what I bring on it. Cause I'm the king on it. Okay. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I'm too far gone, I probably left a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I just want them dollars, nigga, you can keep the change. Unsatisfied until we on a private plane. I be with them soldiers ready to die over a name. Once that oil hit my head, I never been a
Yabaraka Yahawah.
Yabaraka Yahawah.
Yashamaka.
Yashamaka.
Yahawah.
Yahawah.
YAHUWAH.
I.U.I.C.K.
YAHUWAH. Yahawah. I.U.I.C.K. Shalom. YAHAWAH. YAHUSHUA. Barak. Magun. Sha'al. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Water.
Me? I'm
you.
a real
So how value man to you is you?
It's me.
Okay. What about you?
Match me and we will be all right.
Match you?
We will be all
okay,
right.
so who was you then? Like what?
I would
what's
take
your
flaws and all.
Take flaws and all. What about money?
We both got to get money.
You gotta get money?
Yeah, that ain't no question. It take money to make money.
You done ran off. What you think?
She know what it is.
All right, so was P. Diddy a high value man to you?
P. Diddy is a real man itself, because let me explain something to you. If these people wouldn't have let their kids go or they self go, then they wouldn't be in that situation. So they should have brought us there. Come on. Would you have not being over P. Diddy house. Come on, fat cat. Yeah.
So you would have went to P. Diddy house?
Yes. Look, we just hit our 40s, baby. I'm in my It's all right. I know baby oil the down before.
That the Lord, you know what I'm saying, sent this brother in here, man. That's
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he has been a pillar in this goddamn school. And I'm happy to call this brother my brother, man. Right. I'm happy to say that this brother right here, you know what I mean, I can vouch for him. Right. You know what I mean? The water for the Most High in Christ. Because that's man. Right. Most High in Christ, man. No, go ahead. Yeah. We're gonna put the scroll down for a second.
Like if I may, sir.
It's up.
Okay, no, you got it. Good. Oh, so if I may, man. Listen, man. You already know, man. I wouldn't be up in this joint if it wasn't for my bro right here, man. Straight up, right? You know what I mean? And we come up in this joint. I gave this brother hell. You know what I'm saying? And you know, me and THESHADEROOM, man, like since the beginning, man, like it ain't too much I can say. You know what I mean? That ain't already been said, man. But THESHADEROOM, you know what I mean? You keep doing your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I already knew it's crazy. Earlier I said 1,000 and impossible. You know what I mean? But it's just you always move as the 5,000. You know what I'm saying? Right? You always moved as somebody who was right. Even all the other brothers already know. You already know how it is. You know what I'm saying? So man, this is well deserved. THESHADEROOM, bro. Man, I'm speechless, man. This is my bro right here.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Yeah, you know, the brother right here, man. The brother right here is an excellent brother. He's been in the school for a while. THESHADEROOM was one of the brothers who, like, you already know how the speech I gave the first time when you got raised up, man. Like, you proved me wrong.
I'm in here. I'm gonna. What's up?
Cap Tazari out in here?
Not yet.
He is in here. Pull him up. I pinged him. He's definitely in here.
No,
That crazy nigga.
Yeah,
he
on the stage.
Yeah, he on the
Cap.
Yeah, I'm in here. I'm in here. I'm gonna. What's up?
Cap, I set you up a meeting, a podcast yesterday, Cap. Let me know when you're gonna be out here so we can make it happen. All right? This podcast.
Just let me know how you want to schedule it. I'll fly out.
This is in your lane. Oh boy just went up there.
Okay.
So when I heard he was up there, I told bro, and you'll hear it Sunday, to go on the Nick Cannon show, the Cannon's class, 1-on-1.
And you still do Cannon's class?
Yeah.
I need to.
We just did the shit with Dr. Umar.
No, I need to set you up with Captain Tazari at.
Let's do it.
He's a I.S.U.P.K. Israel Hebrew Israelite. I need to set you up.
Did you and
really...
Oh, Most High in Christ, man.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do it whenever you want. Yeah.
I set it up. We gotta find out what day he available. We set it up. You come down, we take you to Nick's office. His thing is at his office, his main office, and you 1-on-1. Cannon, you in the Cannon's class, because he just did the Dr. Umar nigga. So I figure you coming behind that is a bigger look. So I set it up yesterday. You'll see it live on No Jumper this Sunday. Because I just had him on the show last night. So I'm gonna hit him today. We're gonna set up some dates.
Okay.
And I did my part. I'm done with it. It's on you. It's on you.
Definitely. And I'll come out there anytime, man.
And listen, Cap, follow Big Nate down here. I put you two niggas at the front door with Bumpy and Beast behind y'all. Ain't nobody getting in. Follow Big Nate. Make sure you follow Big Nate.
Yeah, I'm following Nate right now. Yeah, I'm following
brother
right now.
Detroit,
what up, Cap? No sweat, brother. Yeah, I just followed you right now. Yeah, I'll be waiting for it. So I'll be available whenever.
All right, I'm gonna find out what date he want. It's on you, nigga. So go
I got it. I'll fly right out.
Yeah, it's on you.
Okay. All right, that's perfect. I'm gonna call my general fast. I'll be right back. All right.
I don't know you. I'm not
let nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General YAHANNA, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he make man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Yeah. What's going on? IsraelItesUPK.com is the website. Go over there and pay your tithes, man, and support this truth. I'm Commander General YAHANNA. We got it. We doing it up live like we do every Monday night. I've been saying this for 15 years. God damn. Got the heavy hitters in the building with me. General Muhammad, give it up. General Allah, give it up. General Haziyan got off. And the team with the plane, Officer Marah, Officer Yediah, Officer Ibad Hayah, and Officer Mathumyan, all in the building with us, man, holding it down, man, doing it like we do. We got a lot to talk about, fam. First of all, I got to give a big shout out to Officer IUIC, Gary, Indiana, on the table. Them Midwest boys be backing each other up, man. Them Midwest soldiers, them some soldiers out there, man. So big shout out to IUIC. He had his lecture this weekend in Gary, Indiana. It was a big hit. Everybody came out and supported him, man. Did it up real right. Big step in that direction. Put Gary, Indiana on the map. Brothers actually came in that day, came to the lecture, heard him, and then came right into the school. So they want to sign up. They want to learn this truth. They want to get this truth. Got up in the building. Big shout out to the Midwest Monster Mayhem, Captain Mawquad. You know how he do. Holding them brothers down. Also, big shout out to Captain Tazariak. This week, killing it on the airwaves. He on so many big shows. Hell, he be busting shows all the time. So big shout out to him, man, doing his thing. He got some good upcoming stuff coming up, I heard. We look forward to that. And big shout out to all of y'all, you understand, in the chat room. Ema Shara, Tazalaya, Torah is the light, Kim, Mana Ima, I hope I got that right, Deandra, I'm a Wannabob, big shout out to you, sis, out there in Vegas, I believe. Young man, Kev, holding it down. Shalom, Yabashmishbrakatah. Good to hear from you, man. Bath Rawana, always down with us, all the way from Canada, holding us down. Micah, Naima, Maria, Takaya Bath in the building with us. Samantha, I got Tazalai, ask ye the prophets. The general himself up in the building with us, man. Y'all help me out. Huh? Kayawana. Salakia Kayawana. YAHUSHUA Alathaba Hashem Yahushua. Philly in the building, checking in strong. And of course, the Q. Hey, the Q got down this week at the cookout for the tabernacle. Big shout out to the Q. If you rent an Airbnb, try and leave you a room for the Q. Because if you get the Q to come with you to the Airbnb, life is about to go up 10 notches. You gonna play golf?
You're gonna eat organic food. You're gonna eat exotic meats that you've never eaten before. Q gonna put some etiquette in your ass. Q gonna work that ghetto out your ass. Q have you guilty for being ghetto. Q have you guilty for being ghetto. You better not even open the bottle of wine, Rob. See, that's what I'm talking about. What? I can't do the Q. Big shout out to my main man, General Kabbalah Mob, man. Went out there, man, with the Warriors, jumped up in the tent, cooked breakfast for the brothers, man. Did a hell of a job, man. Can't say enough about that general, man, and the things he's done, you know what I'm saying, and the love he received from the brotherhood, man, over so much period of time. Who else I got up in here, man? D. Shawnee Small, Shalom. Y'all small up, but shimmy, I'm shot. All right, got most y'all Mish Road. What's going on, Warrior? Yakatazab, holding it down. What's going on, mighty man? All right. So, young man Dayton, Salaki, and I got some others up in here. I can get y'all on Barack Wanah. What's going on, sis? Another Canada. Sister holding us down. Doing it up. All right. Where we going? First. Off the clip.
Central Park 5 members sue Trump for defamation after his debate comments on 1989 case.
Most out in Christ. Give me some more.
Colonel Wakan, sir. Members of the Central Park 5 sued former President Donald Trump on Monday over false and defamatory statements that allege he made about their 1989 case during a presidential debate last month.
We don't have clip. See if there's one out there. Does it say what he said? And then we'll go into the history of it. I was in New York City during the time of that incident, and I can tell you right now, New York City for a black man or a Latino man, and that's why you can't never give up the Latino tribes out. Some of these brothers was Latino, and the Latinos caught just as much hell as we did in this incident, man. And if you was in New York City back then, I mean, you felt like the weight of the world came down on your goddamn head when Donald Trump, you know, came out and opened his big mouth. He was like the king of New York back then, still like the king of New York, and came down on you with hell. But give me some more if they tell us what he said. You want to know about oppression, man. You about to see what oppression was. Go ahead.
Go on, sir.
You do got some footage. Let's see what he said in that debate. And once again, for everybody out there that may wonder, or anybody that's out there wondering, we don't give a damn if you vote or don't vote, or what you vote for, or who you for. We don't care about none of that, because we know none of that changes your life. None of it has ever changed your life. Neither will it ever change your life. We just pointing out the different things that are said by these candidates that are so evil against us. And it don't matter which one of them it is. You can say something, General?
If I can. And they also pushing some campaign now where they making public whether you vote or not. Like, you know, trying to like peer pressure
American
shame citizens. Yeah, and to say that your friends and your family, they can look up to see if you voted. They don't know who you voted for, but they can see if you voted. And after this election, it's all going to be updated and people are going to see who gives a damn. You know what I'm saying? It's really not important, because Democrat or Republican, neither one of them is going to help black and brown people. They ain't going to help the Central 5. You understand? So we don't have a horse in this race. Don't be ashamed. You know, they try to shame you into voting. The Lord said, if we are to vote for a leader, it got to meet two criteria. One, it got to be a Hebrew Israelite. And two, the Lord has to choose them. And that's that. You understand? So we don't have a horse in this race. And don't be ashamed at not having a horse in this race. The hell with them seeing if you vote or not.
Like,
sorry.
No, go ahead, General. Was you
no, please. Sorry.
I was going to jump on top of it and say, on top of what Mayak was saying, and say, you right, General. As a matter of fact, we gain more power by not voting than voting. Yeah. Now, most people won't understand that. But Stephen said this. Stephen said, you do always resist the Holy Spirit. let me tell you again. I said it last week, but let me tell you again what the Holy Spirit is showing black men. What the Holy Spirit is showing black men is that if you black men come together and decide what it is that you want, then the response by those that need your help will be much better. You are sitting up there being told to vote for nothing. Now that you resisted the vote or resisted the Democratic Party for the first time ever, let me tell you something. In this presidential campaign, this is the first time in the history of voting in the United States of America that a presidential candidate spoke publicly at what he or she would do specifically for black men. That's never been done before. Never has a presidential candidate got up and said, I'm going to do this specifically for black men. And the reason for that is because both sides are terrified of losing your vote. While you was voting Democrat, they didn't give a damn about you. While you was not voting Republican, they counted you out. Now that both sides are getting some of you, now they both nervous. And they both catering to you. And you should see that. Why? Because if you see it, you'll be able to come together and you would now be able to really get something done. You would really be able to wield the power of you all being together. And you could do something else that's even greater with it. While they're using campaigns to make you guilty for your vote, what if you use the power of your authority over your woman to persuade whatever her vote is? Then what would happen? What if it starts to become where the black community votes in a direction that's righteous? Then you'd be able to do what? What would be the next step? You would put your candidate on the ballot as an independent. Your candidate would get on the ballot as an independent, and both sides would be scrambling, trying to give you what you wanted. And your candidate would be a man of the Lord in righteousness, and you'd be able to really get something done. You should see how the Lord is moving with you, because to not see it is to make you go back to sleep where you've been for 400 years. It's time to wake up out of this, man. You got more on it? Oh, let's play it.
Who was jogging in Central Park. All 5 were exonerated and their convictions tossed out back in 2002 when DNA evidence was matched to a different man who did confess to the crime.
And listen, and let me tell you something, if I could, back to the Central Park 5. You got more? You going into something else, or can I go ahead? All right, let me tell you something. Back then in New York City, first of all, if you was in New York City
back in 1990,
it was like living under the Nazis, okay? Them Edomite cops, man, in New York, them New York City cops and them LA cops, they was brutal and violent as they could possibly be. I mean, they was violent. They called them TNT. That's what they called the detectives. They had 3 names for them: the TNT, the Bulls, and the Jump Out Squad. They would jump out on you. You'd be walking down the street. They would jump out on you. There was no such thing as your rights. It wasn't no internet then, so wasn't nobody going to hear about it no way. They would jump out, man, and grab you up and throw your ass up against the wall. You just be a regular dude with no criminal record. Boom! Let me see your hands. Let me see you. 3, 4 of them. It was like gang warfare in New York City. A couple of times you had to come back on them cops so hard, because it was the only way they was going to back up off of you. You had to really get almost violent with them. You couldn't get violent with them, but they had to feel the threat of violence for them to just not just do whatever the hell they wanted to you. That's how bad it was. All that bullshit that Giuliani used to talk about, broken windows and all of that, stop and frisk, that was terrorism on black men.
That was terrorism on black men. They let Bernie Getz in the subway shoot two brothers in the subway and got away with it. Back then, when a gun in New York City was like unheard of, he was walking around with a gun, shot them brothers, man. And there's a ton of white people and don't got no licenses for it and all that. They don't even care about it. And so back then, man, them brothers was under so much pressure out. And you can find the tape interviews on YouTube. When them cops was interrogating them, brother, them interrogations was absolutely illegal in hell. They forced them, they terrorized them brothers into giving them confessions. Long, ridiculous hours in the room. Threatening them with all kinds of stuff. Lying to them, telling them they're going to go home. They teenagers. Teenagers just out to where they got so destroyed and distraught that they just said, yeah, they did it. They said, yeah, they did it right in front of their parents. Right in front of their parents. That's why for us in the UPK and for you out there, if you got sons, you got to teach your sons that they among the enemy out. You got to teach your sons about, don't let your son grow up to be all lottie-dottie and dumb, walking down the street thinking this is a wonderful world. Let that boy know what the hell he's dealing with and who his enemy is and the capabilities of what his enemy is and how to stand up to his enemy, man. Because them brothers there got crushed under the pressure of New York City. Like that white woman got, so for those of you that may not know the story, the white woman got attacked in the park. They had a Latino, he was a Latino serial killer. And he would go around and just rape women and kill them. And this woman was some Wall Street executive, somebody powerful. And she doing what them white girls like to do, go jogging in the evening after they get off work just as the sun is going down. And he jumped up out of some bushes somewhere out and threw her on the ground and bashed her head in with a rock. Raped her and threw her down a little area. Now, Central Park is a huge park. Central Park runs from 59th Street to 110. They tell you how many blocks it runs. It's huge. It's a huge park. Tons of people out in the evening all over the park. When that report came in, them New York City cops ran up in that park and grabbed and beat the hell out of every black and Latino that was out there. While she was up in the hospital in critical condition, they couldn't even tell the ethnicity of the attacker. She couldn't even talk because he had bashed her head in, broke her jaw and all that. I mean, did her bad, brutally. And they couldn't even tell the ethnicity of the brother, of the attacker. So they turned around and just snatched up every brother. If you was in that area, you got snatched up. Thrown up in a cage, you up in there 20, 25 hours till they finally come in there and talk to you, and they might let you out. And I'm talking kids. We ain't talking just adults. We talking children. 15, 16 years old. And then imagine this. Once that happened, the next day or two, the spin cycle started. The spin cycle started where they just started talking about how horrible what happened to her. And that was when the term wilding came in. You remember that? That wilding came in. They're wilding. Like, they love a good term for us. Hillary Clinton had a real vicious one. What was hers? Super predator. Hillary Clinton. That's what was going on then. And everybody had a name for us. So if you was a regular brother, man, you was in hell in New York for them couple of weeks. You understand? You was in hell for them couple of weeks. You was getting attacked. And then out of nowhere, here come the richest Edomite in the city. Most powerful, runs Atlantic City, real estate mogul. Weighs in and takes a dump on all all blacks and Latino. The city was in a fervor, man. The city was in a damn fervor. And really, that fervor was really caused by the starvation that they was doing to these people. Black people and Latino people back then was literally starving in their homes. in New York City, one of the richest cities in the world. White people can't get enough to decide that, let me let somebody else eat. They can't get enough. That don't never come to their mind, which is why they belong in slavery. That's why the scripture said that they never build cities again. You got more footage, Marah? I don't want to just hog it up. Y'all trying to jump in?
Just if we can read what he said. He said,
Go ahead, please.
The 5 men claim in a federal lawsuit that Trump knew he was acting with reckless disregard for the truth when he said during the September debate, with Vice President Kamala Harris that they pleaded guilty to crimes connected to the beating and raping of a woman in New York City, and that the 5 teenagers badly hurt a person, killed a person in the attack. Defendant Trump's statements were false and defamatory in numerous respects. Attorneys for the men, now in all their 50s, wrote in the lawsuit filed in federal court in Philadelphia. Plaintiffs never plead guilty to the Central Park assaults. Plaintiffs all plead not guilty and maintain their innocence throughout their trial and incarceration, as well as they were released from prison. None of the victims of the Central Park assaults were killed. The lawyers for Yusef Salem, Raymond Santana, Kevin Richardson, Antron Brown, and Corey Wise wrote. Trump campaign spokesman Stephen Chung called the lawsuit just another frivolous election interference lawsuit that he claimed was brought to distract the American people from Kamala Harris's dangerously liberal agenda and failing campaign.
I just show you, somebody on the chat earlier was saying the white man is not the devil. It's your family member, but the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. After all, it then came out that they're innocent. It all then came out that they're innocent. They never did it. The real cat who did it pleaded guilty. And Trump now in 2024 still saying they're guilty. They pled guilty. They killed the person. They hurt a person. And the woman didn't die. Nobody was killed. So he just, again, I said last show, Trump is the equivalent of Archie Bunker. If y'all ever saw it, I know you young cats, go look up All in the Family. It was a show back in the day with Archie Bunker, white guy sit on his couch, just dumb and stupid and racist. And that's Donald Trump. And he's just old and rich. And no matter what the truth is, he just, that's how he feel. That's what they're going to say. You understand? And the bubbas just like him is the Trump supporters going to vote for him because they dumb and ignorant just like him. You understand? Ain't no change in the man. He's the devil. You understand? And he's going to say whatever. Right? You know, he's still saying that they're guilty after all this.
Yeah.
And his people still love him, you know.
And please, sir, if I could.
Get there.
And if I could, General Mayak, Donald Trump proves everything that the Israelite school of UPK has ever said about white people is true.
God.
This is what we told you about white people since 1969. Everyone thought we were liars. Everyone thought we were just hateful. We told you this is how you are. Even white people don't want to face how they are. Donald Trump embodies you. And that's why he's about to win the presidency again with 34 felonies. With this week, sir, he talked about somebody's penis, just straight up on air.
Sure.
Talked about how big Ronald Palmer's penis was. Talked about it. And he was president. Like, forget about winning. He already was president. He won already, lost, and is winning again because he is everything we told you about yourself. You didn't want to face this about you. He's a renowned racist. He's a renowned liar. He's looking at your penis in the locker room.
Yes, he is.
And he is winning because he is how you are. And you didn't want to face it when Ronald Reagan was president, when we were telling you.
Yeah.
Because he seemed like an old, benign old man, full of love. You didn't want to face it when Barack Obama was president, even though he was loved by white people. You never want to face it. Now someone is running for president who is everything we told you you are. And you love him for it. And let me tell you how stupid you'd have to be if you're a black man and you support Donald Trump. You're stupid if you support Kamala Harris because you're a sucker, like the age-old suckers have always been around. But if you are black and you support Donald Trump, this is how bad it is, sir. If enough black people support Donald Trump, white people will become Democrats. That's how it works. That's how bad it is. And there was a time, sir, when all black people were Republicans because Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. All black people were Republicans.
That's right.
Then Eleanor Roosevelt brought in the Tuskegee Airmen, and she fought for the rights of black people. So black people in droves became Democrats. Guess what happened? White people stopped being Democrats. White people are going to run from wherever you are. Yeah. If you move into a white neighborhood, white people are moving out. If you begin to vote for Donald Trump and the numbers get too big, white people are leaving Donald Trump and they're leaving the Republican Party because they're only supporting Donald Trump because he's against black people.
That's it.
So the minute black people start to like Donald Trump, white people will say, we need somebody else. We don't like Donald Trump anymore. He's only popular because he's believed to be racist. Yeah. The minute black people start to like him, white people won't like him anymore.
Yeah.
And go ahead, General.
I was gonna say, and don't forget also, General, he's a convicted. He was convicted of sexual harassment.
Yes, he was.
Sexual assaulted some woman, and it's on live TV where they played him say he'll grab you right by your vagina. He'll grab you by your vagina, no problem. That's what he into because of his power. So and like the general said, none of that matters as long as he hates you. They will love him.
That's right.
It's like it's
and the sad part is, if he gets some love from you, you begin to believe that he is now somehow going to join you and white people together. Can you please get me that tape of the black Trump supporter getting his ass completely whooped by the white Trump supporters? Like, see if you can pull that up. Like them white Trump supporters fell on him like bees on honey. And he was in a 8-way scramble with them Edomites. And brother, let me tell you something, Mark. The hatred for us in this country, in this world that they have created and pushed is amazing. And let me tell you why they hate us so much. They hate you at this point because they know how weak they made you. They know how weak you are. They respecting the Iranians. You see, they don't want to run up in there too quick till they got their game together. They respecting them, but you they don't respect. They don't respect you because you haven't come together and utilized your power on the level that you should. And so this ain't a commentary on love for either one of them. There it is. Play that for. Can we play that? Look at that there. This is a Jake at what he was doing at a Trump rally is beyond me.
He thought he could join 18.
Right. Whatever he was thinking. And listen, white people came out of nowhere. Look how they just came out of nowhere. Like they unified in whooping his ass. This is exactly what happened on that shore when the brother threw the hat in the air. He did a universal sign of I need help. He threw that hat up in the air, and the brother jumped in the water and came for him. Look at his head. Look at him. And they can't wait to get some. Like these people hate your guts. Look at him on the ground. Look at him on the ground. Look at him beating the piss. I love him. That's the brother. Look at him. Like, what did he do to deserve that? What did he do to deserve that? Look how they going crazy. Look at the other one jumping. Then the other one. Like they want to kill him so bad. He's a Trump supporter. He got the Trumps with the full, you know what I'm saying, Crips and Blood Trump red sweatshirt on. You understand? Like that was an unnecessary ass whooping. And at the same time, they putting the white boy on trial that choked that brother to death in the subway. Like you don't understand how much they hate you. We might get to that story. They choked this brother to death for nothing. You know what I mean? He on there vending and clowning on the train. It was a golden opportunity. You should not walk around out here among these Edomites and make them think that that you're easy, because they're cowards, and cowards always attack an easy target. They ain't going for a hard target. They're going for an easy target. When they see you acting silly and simple and all of that, you the opportunity for them to go out and to go off. And that's the state we in. We in a worse state. White people in America hate us more than the Israelis hate the Palestinians. Hate us more. And we ain't did nothing the Palestinians did. We ain't hijacked no planes. We ain't, commit no terrorist attacks. We ain't blew nothing up. We ain't do none of them things. And we hated more by them. Is more on the story? Let's keep going.
Kanawa concert. New insulting Kamala Harris ad targets black men's love lives.
Go ahead.
Kanawa Khan.
Now this right here is once again more disrespect to black men. And listen, and it's kind of our fault. It's our fault for those of you that would not come into the truth, or those of you that think you got a better way to do things. This is your fault. For those of you that accept black men becoming LGBTQ, listen, I support the LGBTQ community, so I do. I totally support the LGBTQ community for everybody but blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. I think white people becoming LGBT is their God-given right. You understand? It's their God-given right. If you're a Chinese man, you come to America, you escape communism, you want to be the LGBT community, you should not be denied. If you want the operational change, what's the change? The rod cut off. Yeah. You should not be denied. I think it's right. It's wrong, Maya. The scriptures say obey the law of the land. That's what the Bible said. If a Japanese man want his rod cut off, you leave that man alone. He want a sachet and wear a purse, you let him get his little Gucci purse on. Nothing wrong with that. You a black, a Latino, Native Indian, get your simple ass back into the truth.
That's right.
That ain't got nothing to do with you. Get your butt back into the work of the Most High and away from that. I know some of y'all got pissed off with that. Some of y'all, the chat room stop. The chat room stop. What? What is General Yahanna saying? I'm going to get some emails tomorrow. Yes, I support the LGBTQ, Muhammad. But not for blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, because you have a covenant with God and you are not allowed to break that covenant. You're not allowed to do it. I believe in discrimination against blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Do not let them in the LGBTQ community. They're messing it up anyway. They wasn't there in the 70s supporting you white fags in the 70s. Go back and look at the old footage. They wasn't supporting them, Maya. Black men was not a part of the LGBT community back in the 70s and 80s. They should not get the rights of other LGBTQ community members right now. You blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, you was not part of that. You didn't help build that. You did not build that. You are carpetbaggers coming in late to the party. You're dying. They carpetbaggers, man. Coming in late to the party. Trying to get benefits like everybody else. I'm not with that, man. I don't respect that, man. Yeah. You need to let white people have their LGBTQ. Let them have their. Back in the 70s, the white boys that was in the LGBTQ, it was popular for them to get them an Asian boy. You remember that? They made a whole movie about it. Go ahead, you die.
If I could, sir, what you're saying is so heavy because, in today's culture, that's what the oppressor still does.
That's right.
Like when you go to certain anime conventions,
yeah,
I frequently see it. Like when you see the furries and all that, you see Esau, and you see them Asian boys, and
they get them a nice little slender, about 110-pound Asian boy, baby faced and all. They small framed anyway. From the gate. So they perfect for the Edomites. And y'all messing up their rights. I say to my friends in the LGBTQ community, kick black people out. Latinos and Native Indians, put them out. Come on, where we going? Which you got the footage on it? Come on with it. That brother got his behind whooped for stupidity.
Hello, ladies. I'm Trey. It's good to be here.
What do you do and how much do you make?
I work in finance, making six figures.
How tall are you?
6'5".
Do you have a plan to vote in November?
Nah, not my thing. Hello, ladies. I'm Trey. It's good to be here.
Play it one more time for me.
Hello, ladies. I'm Trey. It's good to be here.
What do you do and how much do you make?
I work in finance, making six figures.
How tall are you?
6'5".
Do you have a plan to vote in November?
Nah, not my thing. Hello, ladies. I'm Trey.
The water. Go ahead. Who's jumping in?
If I could,
Come.
sir. This propagates this lie, sir. I've been hearing about this lie for about a year.
And it's an insult to black women.
It's not true. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Here's this lie. I've been hearing this lie for about a year. Is that the only way you can have sex with a woman is if you're 6'5", a six-figure man, and you're a voter. Women, brothers, don't worry about voting. Women are still going to have sex with you. Just relax. It'll be okay. I don't know where this nonsense comes from, sir, that no one can get sex unless you're a millionaire, you're tall as the heavens are high, and you're a doctor or a lawyer, and that's the only way you can have sex. I don't think so, Mayat. I think if you walk up to her and buy her a drink, you can have sex with her. I think you can have sex with a woman simply because you work next to her at the job. It's really whoever gets assigned to that cubicle is getting some. Whoever pushes a button on a goddamn picture is getting some. But yet you go on the internet and it's like, you got to vote to have sex with a woman? You got to be a millionaire to have sex with a woman? You think brothers that stand on a bus stop aren't talking to a girl that stands next to them? They're not going to work that day. They're cutting work and they're going home to have sex. But the internet gives brothers this low self-esteem. Like brothers that watch these shows, you look at yourself like, damn, I'm not 6'5". I don't make six figures. I don't vote. So I guess no woman will want me. Every woman wants you. God. They can't live without you. A woman's self-esteem is tied to you wanting her. You don't need to have your self-esteem tied to whether or not you vote in a 6'5" and make a six-figure job. They all want you, brother. Just relax. They're going to want you whether you vote. They're going to want you if you got no legs. They're going to want you if you're in a wheelchair. Mayak, have you ever met a brother in a wheelchair to get a woman? Absolutely. Them brothers that get shot and they in that wheelchair, they go to that club in the wheelchair and they get women. Some woman wants to tend to them and give them, all types of mother instincts and take care of them and wheel them all the hell around. Will a woman sit in jail and bring you food every goddamn a month in jail while you're locked up? And will she mortgage everything and give you everything to get you out of jail and you're in jail? Will a woman want you if you don't read, Mayak, if you can't read a goddamn lick, if you don't know how to read? Yes. A man who cannot read can get a woman. A man, have you seen these shows about brothers in prison, Mayak, who get women from jail? God. They write a letter to some woman. God. In prison, the woman starts putting money on their books immediately. God.
And signing up to come have sex with them.
Signing up to come have sex with the man, smuggles all kinds of contraband to some man in jail. Brothers, don't let your self-esteem be based on this nonsense on the internet that belittles you if you're not 6'10", if you don't make $1 million, and if you don't vote for Kamala Harris. I think women are going to want you regardless. So lock you, sir.
Yeah, let me tell you something else too. This is such an insult to black women. It's an insult to black women to try and brainwash them into saying we ain't gonna take a man, even though he have everything else that stereotypically he's supposed to have. We ain't gonna take him if he don't vote. Like black women, if you fall, and here's the sad part. A good number of you are gonna fall for this garbage. By the next voting cycle, there'll be a ton of you dumb bitches running around saying, Do you vote? Do you vote? You'll be trying to force black men. Once again, the opportunity by Satan to give you another bar for black men to jump over is going to be just so tasty in your damn mouth because you're a diabolical beast, some of you. And so for the few of you that are, here come another opportunity to say, did you do what you're supposed to do? Did you do what you're supposed to do? Let me tell you something, man. A new statistic is out. I mean, it's bad. They said that now black women, it's gotten so bad out here that black women can't find the men no more. They're like, where are the men? Where are the men that want to deal with women? They're having a hard time. They're trying to meet men in the cabs and all that now. And here's why. What you don't know, what black women don't realize what they did between child support, your mouth, your attitude, the bars you set, you totally ran men off the set. Now men don't even want to be around you no more. It's the statistics for men getting together with their friends and doing stuff with their friends has shot up to the sky. They ain't going to the clubs no more. They going fishing and hunting. They rolling in crews, going shopping and partying and hanging out. And the reason they doing that is because they deciding to get away from you monsters. And they trying to find other places where women know how to act. And let me tell you something else too. Back in the 90s, it was a big wave of brothers going after sisters from other countries. It was a shame when we was taking the heathens. But a lot of brothers went out there and got Latino women just trying to fight you. They didn't understand Latino woman's an Israelite too, and she under the same brainwash. Like, you sisters should only concentrate on one thing, and that's changing your disgusting attitude. Like, that should be every black, Latino, and Native Indian woman's total job. What you don't realize, dum-dum, is this, that in the Garden of Eden, Satan convinced Eve to turn against her husband. That is Satan's number one job. His number one job is to get you to turn your back on your husband. I brought this out in the demons lecture about fighting demons. That demons want as a black woman, a Latino woman, Native Indian woman, demons want you to turn against your husband. If you wake up and your husband is your number one enemy, your number one problem, your number one headache, then you got demons on you. You got demons on you. Because you're living a life of trying to destroy a man. Like, that becomes your life. Your life becomes wiping this man out, hating this man. Some of you can't stop talking about it. Your own friends don't want to be around you. Your friends don't want to be around you because the minute they get around you, all you do is spew hatred of your man. You got demons on you, and you got to fight them demons. And some of you, like I said, here they gave you black women another opportunity to degrade black men. And even go back to this tape, y'all. If I could just a little bit, embellish me for a little bit on this tape. I want you to go back to the tape. I'm going to ask you to pause it at different times in the very beginning of the tape, because we know this is fabricated and they made this up for a voting commercial. But even as they made this up, how they handled how they made this black actor act is what they're trying to put in black men. Check it out. Check it out.
Hello, ladies. I'm Trey. It's good to be here.
What do you do and how much do you make?
I work in finance, making six figures.
How tall are you?
6'5".
Even the idea that he has these things going on for him, but he has to interview with these women to be approved is diabolical and evil and humiliating to black men. And humiliating. And let me tell you something, brothers. Listen to me good. Do not listen to any of the propaganda of evil coming out of these broads' mouths. Don't listen to none of it. That's why them brothers, you see them brothers that be in the hood, Most of the time, it's brothers in the hood. There's brothers all over that do this. But you got some brothers who are not intimidated by what comes out of a woman's mouth. And you have to be that kind of man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's women out here that are single. That every night they're going in their bed crying to have a man, crying to have a relationship. And when they run into you in the pizza shop, they nasty as shit. They nasty as shit. They run into you, hey, baby, what's happening? Meanwhile, this bitch is crying every night. Like, black women have become the greatest actresses on the face of this earth. You miserable by yourself in many cases. Many cases. Look at that subway at the end of the day, 5 o'clock. You on that subway lonely as hell. And if brothers could just see, if you could just see, brother, that you the pick of the litter. If you could just turn on that thing that the Lord got inside you, woo, that butter, you put the butter on it, the butter's like kryptonite by out. No woman can resist the butter. If she's single. If she's single, you gonna break her frame, man. Break her frame, even if it's just to make her smile. Break that shit. Take back the authority in the hood. I do it. I don't even be caring. I don't even do it thinking. I say, hey, baby, how you doing? What's happening? And sometimes they give me an attitude of, I keep it put. I ain't nasty to them. I wouldn't disrespect them, but I speak. Why do I have to oppress my spirit? Because you listening to some demon from Satan and the white man's philosophy of how much you should hate me. Because that's what's going on in the black woman's sphere. You being taught by the devil how much you should hate black men, how much you should be resistant to black men, how much you've been abused by black men. And you take that attitude, and brothers, y'all fall under that shit. You fall under it, man. And then that woman gets to abuse you, man. You understand? And mishandle you and deal with you the wrong way. And then you got attitude everywhere. Like I mentioned before, brothers just going in real quick and I'll get up off it. Brothers go to motor vehicle, the bank, wherever. When you encounter a black woman at the counter, 9 times out of 10, you expect, am I lying about this? 9 times out of 10, you expecting a bitch to be at that counter. You understand? I'm out somewhere with my niece one time, and I don't know, we doing something. And we go in different shops and different places and different stuff. And at the end of the day, she turned to me and say, you know, Unc, I never understood how bad black women treat black men, but I observed you all day. And all day you navigating these angry ass bitches. I said, now you know what it means to live like a black man in America. Like, she didn't understand it, but she understood it after being around you. Like, they don't understand it, but you encountering it all the time. And you should break that bitch out. You should break that bitch. And you can curse a black woman out without cursing her out when she's nasty to you. You don't have to actually use certain words, but you can give her the business. You should give her the business when you got to give her the business. Because she's an animal otherwise. Some of these women out here are like animals. They like it's like a rock. It's like having a rock walla at home. Till the motherfucker go to sleep. You want to throw a bowl of dog food in front of him. Bitch, eat. You want to throw a bowl of dog food in front of him. Be strong, man. Break that bitch. Don't let them bring that spirit on in here. And for the sisters that want to be strong, you understand? You got 2 missions in this game. Resist Satan and the mindset of Esau and have compassion on your man and family and nation. That's it. Everything else is going to fall into them 2 categories. Everything else is going to fall under that. If you could be compassionate, if you could have any goddamn compassion, and if you at the same time could not resist the mindset of this damn kingdom, the same mindset that Eve did not resist, boy, you could change the world. You can change the world. You learn how to make biscuits, you're going to change the universe. Salah. Let's go. Where we going?
Vice President Harris will not attend Howard homecoming. Vice President Kamala Harris will not attend Howard University's homecoming this weekend, her office confirmed Friday. Instead, the Howard alumni and Democratic presidential nominee issued an exclusive letter to the Hilltop Saturday in support of the university's 100th homecoming celebration.
Now, this is the 100th homecoming celebration of Howard University, about the blackest black HBCU on the face of the earth in Washington, D.C., which she went to, which gave her her Negro card, which she shouldn't have got. And she refused to go to the homecoming. You know why? Did you get the picture? Say again. That's it. Yeah. Do you got that one? I got a picture of it. I'm gonna try to send it to you. Mashiach sent it to me. Let me tell you something, Mark. They be lying through their teeth. There's a reason she didn't do this. Let me get this joint. And y'all know Mayaka and Muhammad gonna know about this. They know about this. They know about this spot. They know about the 7-Eleven up there by how across from the McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can get it for you, you die. Unless you get it first. I'm working on it. Y'all bear with us 1 second. We're going to grab it right quick. They put a poster up, giant, in Howard University, sending her a message. I'm coming with it right now. If I could, you die. Boom.
Don't sweat it.
Try to get another one for you.
If I could, sir, if I could, and that's heavy too. Kamala Harris, she couldn't go to Howard University, and yet this woman is trying to teach black women the type of man that they should choose.
Imagine that.
And she chose a white man.
Damn right.
Like the gall of her to even suggest that a black woman should not choose a man, even if he's a black 6'5", even if he makes 6 figures, unless he vote. She chose any white man.
Muhammad, if I
Please,
could,
sir.
Salakia. She chose a white man with his own white kids.
Ain't that something?
She chose a white man and became a nanny. Like you talking about, you don't want no man with kids. That bitch chose a white man with kids.
That's right. That's right.
And don't have none of her own.
None.
Chose a white man with kids. Woo.
And she'll lecture you about the kind of black man you choose.
Woo.
Any other black woman knows how to pick a man better than Kamala Harris. God. All of you know better than her. She's some white kid's nanny. I think they call her like Kamala, Auntie Kamala, or that name is familiar to me in the
some
news.
horrible
It's some name they call her, like Auntie Kamala, or Kamala Mommy, or some nonsense that sounds like a slave name.
You got him.
And she'll lecture you about what type of man you can choose. You should choose. Don't listen to her. You know better than Kamala Harris on how to pick a man. She picked a white man who has children that she has to raise, that she has to take care of, and she has no children. Who the hell, why would you listen to her or care about what she has to say at all about relationships? She doesn't know about relationships. How in the hell does she know how to keep a man or to get a man? Right. She was with Montel Williams. You remember that, sir?
Among others.
Among others. Left Montel Williams, and now is sitting up with a white man after everybody else ran through her.
And his kids.
Keep your advice, Kamala. Keep your dating advice. Keep it. No one needs your dating advice. Let sisters learn from a good man the type of man that they should choose. You know who has the best advice for the kind of man a woman should choose? A good father. That's it. Fathers know what kind of man is good for their daughter. Fathers know what kind of girl is good for their son. Instead, you listen to Kamala Harris, who's been run through by everyone in Hollywood. Everyone that could sign a contract and write their own name has run through her. And now she went to white men and is raising their children. Is raising the children of some white man. Please, sir.
And it's so diabolical in this. The black woman has been taught since the 70s, since they started killing your babies in the abortion clinic, you was taught you don't need to have them children so young because of your career. Your career, you could have children later. You got to get your career. She got her career on and got a white man's children. Got it? Beautiful. Go ahead.
That's one of my favorite songs by Lauryn Hill. How she sing about, it's called Zion.
Yeah.
She sing about how she got pressured into having an abortion for her career's sake and this and that. But she chose, to have a baby.
To have that baby, right.
Yeah,
and named him Zion, which was heavy. Yeah. That was a slog. I didn't mean to jump on your word. But that was heavy. Like, that would show you she was in the industry. She had, 5 Grammys? A whole bunch of, she won a whole bunch of Grammys, right. And they was pressuring her to totally toe the line. And she said, damn that, and went and had that child anyway. You understand? Which shows you that y'all listening to dummies. You think you black women think that was the way to have a good career. And let me tell you something. You rose yourself right out of the damn market. In about 2 seconds, you'll have to go to white men because black men won't want nothing to do with you after a while. Like, why don't you try for once in your life to ask black men what the hell they really want? And then when you ask them, why not try to give it to them? Like you go up to the average black woman and say, well, what do you think black men, I mean, what do would you like to know what black men really want? They jump out the mouth and tell you what it is that they think black men want. Like, black men's mind better than them. And here's what's so worse about it, is that black women have been taught in this country to treat black men's mind like they little boys. Like, that's the problem. You talk to black men like they just little boys, not like they grown-ass men with a clear decision. And when their decision doesn't align with you, you turn around and you come up with an emotional answer on why he does that. You come up with an idea or how can I put it? Like you just decide what reason he's not going along with what you're going along with, and you make it something negative. You just make it something evil. Why not listen to him? Listen to black men, like Muhammad said. Listen to daddy. Daddy knows. Daddy gonna tell you exactly what you need to be doing to get it right. He gonna get you right because you listening to them dummies you having, coffee with. Them dummies don't know nothing. Salakia, you got them? Throw them up there. There they go. Okay. You understand? Look at that. They put that up. Now, you can't get a really good shot, but that says Kamala Harris supports genocide. That's right across the street from Howard. You see on the bottom right-hand corner, it says Howard something. That's Howard University, right across the street. They put this poster up across. And here's what's frightening about it, which is so heavy. They said Kamala Harris supports genocide. They put the Palestinian flag up, but look who's standing there on the poster. Black men with suits and ties on. That's who they saying that's the genocide. She ran the hell up out of there. She didn't join that for nobody. Go ahead, you Dave.
If I could, sir, what you bringing out is so heavy, sir. This past weekend in West Philly, I was out with my rib. We was going to breakfast, and across the street, they had like DJ Jazzy Jeff, a few community activists, and they were all out there in support for Kamala Harris. And a few of the activists were talking and speaking about how they were ex-cons, they were in prison, they need to support Kamala Harris. But if you look at Kamala Harris's record as a district attorney, she locked up more Black and Latino men outside of Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, and had one black man that the state had to stop her from executing in California.
Yep. And there was some that she would not let out of prison, allegedly because it would hurt the economy of the state. So she just kept them in jail. Like, once again, man, and okay, if I could, here's also our problem. Our problem is we just want the best nigga slave. That's our problem. You don't want somebody that'll raise you up like Christ did. Christ was hated by the leadership of black people during the time of the Romans. They hated him. They got rid of him, basically, got him murdered because they hated him. And you the same way. You want leadership that's in alignment with the Romans. You want leadership that the Romans are happy with. You respect that leadership. But Christ is not giving you that leadership. You in church singing and dancing, thinking you're going to rise some politician to help you. That's not who the Lord is sending. The Lord is sending those like Peter and Paul and Stephen and those disciples that was back then who were not loved by the Romans, who were hated by the Romans, who Pontius Pilate and others and Herod and them wanted to get rid of. That's who's coming up through there. And that's who you should be looking for. And it's cowardly. Let me tell you something. I would never want to be called up by Kamala Harris to bring in the black vote. You should feel ashamed because nobody gave a damn about you before that. And not only that, you called up like a circus animal to dance and prance to get black people to vote for this heathen that's not even our people. And policies that's definitely going to wipe us the hell out. It's definitely going to destroy us. You should be ashamed of yourself.
And if I could, sir, all those celebrities get paid for that too. Like, that's some little myth. Like this celebrity just is so in love with this candidate. Will Smith, you hire him. You can hire him to do a movie. You can hire him for a bat mitzvah. People do it. Real rich people will go hire Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff and hire Beyonce. Yep. Beyonce did bat mitzvahs for Jewish people. You can hire her, and Republicans and Democrats hire famous people. They hire Jennifer Hudson and Usher, and they hire Hulk Hogan. Yep. And they hire them like you would hire any entertainer. They're working. They don't really care about who in the hell becomes president and who doesn't. They're paid performers. And so when you see them, you think, boy, they really love this candidate. They work for this candidate. The people marching up and down the street with signs, I love Trump. I love Trump. I love Kamala. They're getting paid $20 an hour to do that. That's right. Every last one of them. All of them are just greedy, ambitious pigs. That's it. And you, because you are ignorant, you believe they're sincere. That's all. You believe this is sincere, really support for this candidate. You believe Puff Diddy was a citizen, didn't you? He was a good civil servant, a Puff Daddy, when he said vote or die.
Got the key to New York.
No, he got the key to New York because you believe he's sincere in his political virtues while he has orgies in the Hamptons. You are a sucker forever. And because of that, everyone year after year pulls up to see who will fool you for this election cycle. So like you said,
man, that's so heavy because it's the scripture in the Apocrypha. I believe the elder name could have been Eleazar, who the heathen went to him and said, listen, eat this meat in front of the people because they look up to you.
That was the Maccabees. That was Matthias, father.
Come.
You know what I mean? Right before that whole revolution kicked off. That's you coming with it now, General. Right. You pulling that old school. So
right, and it's just like they do today. Like they should, we want to give you this. You do this for us and make the king look good. We'll reward you and give you this and that. He said, look, we know you don't eat the pork, but eat your lawful meat, but tell the people it's pork.
Damn.
Tell them that, you know what I'm saying? To get them to, to please the king. And he said, I can't do that either. You know what I'm saying? I can't live my life with them looking up to me all these years, and then in my last days I fall off in front of this. Yeah, it's dishonorable. It was so honorable. He said, I wish we had that much honor today.
And his sons became so honorable too. They became full out warriors after that shit, and brought the whole nation of Israel back. The whole Hashmonean dynasty that you hear about that became the Sadducees and Pharisees come from them brothers. Because like you said, he stood up there, man, and they tried to come with that game and that BS. And yo, he chose a horrible, rough ass life of warfare over kissing their ass. You know what I'm saying? He said, hell no. And that's why, man, trusting in the Most High is so important. You can trust in the Most High. Don't look at where you are. Trust in your Father in heaven. He loves to turn things upside down. It's his, you know, that's his style. He see things not the right way. He come in and whoop, flip that joint totally upside down on your head. And brother, that's what he's going to do in this nation too. He's going to flip this nation upside down. And all of you, the fake leaders, all of you hoes, like you said, that went up in there and ready to eat the pork, I got bad news for you, man. The Lord is coming. Even though you got plans, the Lord got plans. He said, your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. So it's going to get flipped over on your head any second. And brother, he ran down. They went after him. He ran down, man, and put the cat. The cat went and tried to sacrifice on the altar. He ran down there, man, and slew the cat on the altar, which nobody would have done in the past. You would never kill a man on the Lord's altar because you're supposed to only sacrifice righteously. But the scripture said he was so angry. I think it said that his knees shook. His reins, like he shook. Like this shit was so disrespectful. He went down there, man, and slew this cat. We can't slew him now, but you know, he went down there and slew this cat, man, and they went on into the mountains and pushed the Greeks, which at that time was the greatest army in the world. At that time, he pushed them damn Greeks back up out of our land and slayed them. And put them down for trying to, which is what, and here's the boy, oh boy, slavery, black people and Latino people, Native Indian people, you need to study slavery from the Bible. You need to study the captivities of the Bible, because here's what you would learn. You would learn that every nation that enslaves you wants to give you a different philosophy than that was given to you by the Lord. Why do they all do that? Because they can't have you worshiping the Lord according to the scriptures and then be under their authority as well, because you're going to be loyal to the Lord and then you're going to serve the Lord separate from them, and they don't want you to be separate. People think integration is a wonderful thing. Integration is to keep you a slave. They don't want you to be independent, serving a separate God. They need you to be integrated, serving their God. And they all want to give you a new God. You can check history from every empire that's ever been on the face of this earth. Once they get full power of the earth, or the majority of the earth, first thing they do is change what you believe to a belief that's just like theirs. And thus how we got the white Jesus. That's why the white Jesus is still pumped and pumped and pumped. Like, why didn't America go get their own God? America went and got the white Jesus because it was convenient for all Edomite empires. That's why they loved the Romans. The Romans gave all of them a God that they could all, push out to the masses. Go check out the old stories of the Gadites who was brought to those re-education camps all throughout America and Canada. Them children who was put in uniforms and trained and beat and given the English language and forbidden to speak their own language and given other gods. Why do so many Latinos from Central and South America, why are they all Catholic? They all Catholic because the Catholics slaughtered them to make them all Catholic. That's why they Catholic. Why do they all believe in the Catholic Church and in the Catholic tenets and baptizing their babies in the Catholic Church? That wasn't the religion they came up with. That was their conqueror's religion. And you should not follow your conqueror's religion. And you should not reach out to another nation for their religion. You should find your own identity. You find the nigger God. That's the God defined. So that was it.
So can I ask a question if I could? Because you just broke down something that I've always wondered, and I've always wanted to ask this of blacks and Hispanics who support Palestine, who want there to be freedom in Palestine. They want to stop the genocide in Palestine. This is the question I've always wanted to ask. What if the Palestinians converted to Judaism? What would happen? If all of the Palestinians said, From now on, we are going to practice the Jewish faith. Wow. The war in Palestine would be over. There would be no war. There would be no more war in Palestine because now the Arabs would be Jewish. And they would all obey the Jewish God. They would let Jewish people take as many settlements as they wanted because they would all worship the same God. How can you in good conscience support the Palestinians when you became Christian in America?
Baptist at that.
You became Baptist. And you support the Palestinians. Why don't you tell the Palestinians to become Jewish?
Right.
Why don't you say, hey, Palestinians, stop all that fighting. God loves everybody. Turn the other cheek. Free at last, free at last. Martin Luther King, Palestinians, you have to become Jewish. You would never tell a Palestinian to convert to Judaism. Yet you're here, a black man and woman in America. You converted to Christianity. You go to church every Sunday.
To a white Jesus.
Worship a white Jesus, and you tell an Arab that he should fight for freedom?
Right.
Why don't you tell the Arabs to do what you did?
Right. Because
please, sir.
I'm sorry.
No, that was it. That's the point.
I was going to say, because it means to take on their God means to submit to their slavery.
They know it.
They already know. Like them Arabs ain't submitting to them Israelis because they know the minute they submit to them and take on their God, that means they're a willing slave. And that's exactly what happened to us. And brother, that I wonder if our future is going to be like the Palestinians.
What's those black people that support the Palestinians? Roland Martin. What's the one with the hair and the glasses? Cornell West. What's that cat from Philly? I forget his name.
Lamont.
Mark Lamont Hill. You love the Palestinians and you're a Christian.
Right.
That fool with the hair is a staunch Christian.
Yeah.
You telling me you're not going to tell the Palestinians to convert to Judaism? You're not going to tell them that they should worship a Jewish God and they should stop being Muslims? Why don't you ever tell the Palestinians to do what you did?
Right.
You would never do that because you know that would make them a slave. Then how in the hell do you go another day being Christian? How do you live like you live when you look at another man's freedom and go, Palestinians, you should have your own state. You should be a Muslim. You should have rights. Me, I should be Christian. I should have a white Jesus. I should have a white God. How do you do it? And I would love an answer. Like I would like to understand, please.
Salaki.
Go ahead. It'll be fun on me.
I got an answer.
Please tell me.
It's a sad ass answer. And the answer is you think the Palestinians are worth more than you.
Well, shit. Well,
you think the Palestinians deserve to have some freedom, but you don't think that black people deserve it. Black people that say they want that same freedom, you look at them like terrorists and an abomination. But Palestinians that want it, you think it's fair and right, and they should, by right, America should break off 5 states. By right, they should do it. By right, they should break off 5 states and say, this is y'all land for everything that we did. By right, they should do it. But they would never do it the same way the so-called Jew won't even allow the Palestinians on their own land. They're on their own land. And they won't. And the rules and the laws for the Native American Indians on this land has not changed since the 1800s. They are still unable to build themselves up on their own land since the 1800s. That's why Jesus is coming. And he ain't white. Salaki, you died. What you going to say?
I was going to say, sir, what you and General Muhammad was saying was so heavy. I was going to have to go out to the street and ask the Palestinian supporters, why don't they vote for Benjamin Netanyahu? Why don't the Ukrainians vote for Vladimir Putin?
Listen, them 2 questions. Let me tell you, that's it. What do we do? A Hebrew? What do we call it when we go out in the street? We've been doing this so many years. Let a Hebrew speak. That's a great Hebrew speak. Let a Hebrew speak. Do you support the Palestinian struggle to be free? They say yes. Ask them the question. Should black people want to be free the same way as the Palestinian? You're going to get backlash then. I guarantee you're going to get a ton of no.
I can't see anybody that would say the Palestinians should become Jewish.
Right.
Because they damn sure could.
Right.
They could just convert to Judaism
Right.
tomorrow. That would end the conflict.
Right.
There would be no more war in the Middle East if all the Arabs converted to Judaism.
Yeah.
The war, it would be peace in the Middle East.
Or if the Israelis had converted to Nazism.
What wouldn't that have been peace?
Would have been
There would have been nothing to fight about.
Wouldn't been nothing.
They would agree.
They wouldn't have had to invade Germany.
But that certain little group that don't want to be American, who remember who our slave master was, they call us troublemakers.
That's it.
And criminals and get a job.
Yes, you a problem.
John.
We'll show you why Christ got to return. Because you would never make what's crooked straight. You was trying to say something sloppy. You would never make what's crooked straight, which is why the Lord got to make what's crooked straight. You can't be relied on to do that. And that's why these 12 tribes must wake up. The Lord gonna make you wake up anyway. Just like John said, the Lord will raise up these rocks if he had to. Go ahead, Mathumya. You gotta come up to the mic though, right quick. Please.
It's the book of 1 Ezra, chapter 8, verse 85. Moreover, ye shall never seek to have peace with them, that ye may be strong.
Ooh, that's it. Where you at?
1 Ezra, chapter 8, verse 85.
I ain't heard this in a long time. Yeah. Go ahead, read it again.
Come.
There's more to it too, I think, than that, right? Go ahead.
Sir. Moreover, ye shall never seek to have peace with them.
Damn.
That ye may be strong and eat the good things of the land, and that ye may leave the inheritance of the land unto your children forevermore.
Let me tell you something. Edom might slap.
No, I was going to clap.
Oh, most time crack. That was heavy, y'all. That was heavy. Like, was you able to get him on tape with that? Oh, okay, damn, Salaki. Okay, we'll get the cameras right for next time. You was gonna say something, General? Please.
And that's how you get peace with them, y'all, by saying, okay, your God is my God now.
That's right.
I'm gonna be you. I'm gonna join your people. And that's weak as hell. So
That's right. Listen, and totally against what the Lord just said. Like you said, General, like that was a heavy point. Like resisting that evil is how you become strong. That's why we weak out here. We weak because we Christians.
Okay.
You're gonna go to church, you're gonna take on their God, you're gonna start to get high, you're gonna destroy your family, you're gonna become a sodomite, your woman gonna kill the babies in the abortion clinic, you're gonna do everything that makes you a part of the empire, and the empire gonna wipe you the hell out. Instead, the Lord said, don't seek to make that peace with them. Don't come together with them on that. You got to stick to the God of black people, Latinos, and Native Indians. Why do we got to take on? And then here's the thing: America lets you have any God you want. Why do we got to take on the God of America? It's really not even true. Go ahead, huh?
Just a couple points. Shalaki, I saw you just reminded me. I saw they interviewed this Trump supporter. Said America is a Christian country. It's Christian. Jesus Christ. She said, well, do you believe in the right of the freedom of religion? Yeah, you can be anything you want. You can choose any God you want. But America's founded on Christianity.
You can be any religion as long as you're Christian.
Right.
and which, by the way, is a lie. America was not founded on Christianity. It was founded by Masons, Freemasons. They're the ones that established America. And that's why America's just like Egypt, because they worshiped Egypt. You know what I mean? So it wasn't founded on Christianity. It was founded on Egypt, and that's how Egypt ran. Real Christian nations in the past, you had to be Christians or they'd kill you. Same like Muslim nations. You go back into the Byzantine Empire and those empires, you couldn't be another religion than Christianity. They were torturing people that wasn't Christians back then. They'd chain you up. They had all kind of torture chambers back then. You couldn't do any of that. Christianity don't allow you to have other religions. Look what happened to the North American Indians. They said the North American Indians were dying, and they couldn't understand why they were dying. And they come to find out they were dying because they couldn't understand the concept and the rules of time. Meaning the Gadites didn't have to be somewhere exactly at this time or exactly at that time. That's a concept from the slave master. But people before that knew, okay, I see you around sundown, or I see you around this time, or I see you at the third day. you knew they was coming. But they didn't say be here at 9 o'clock like you do today. And brother, at that time, the Gadites could not understand it, and it was driving them crazy until some of them start dying. Esau had to try to figure out a way to work something out with them because he was killing them over it. Because that's a different kind of man that we was up under. And that's exactly what drove us to that point. And brother, we are never to go down that route. We're never to be a part of that. We got to serve the Father. And again, here's the ridiculous part. The only reason you could have all these gods in America is because of the Freemasons. Because of the Freemasons built their empire like Egypt with the philosophy of everybody could have their God as long as they was under this government. That's why they called it a republic, because they made it an empire where everybody could be a part of it, but nobody had to be committed to it in a way where you had to serve the God of this place. Why did they do that? Because back in the 1800s, them Freemasons realized that all the empires around them, the problem was that they would all strangle everybody under their religion until they just wiped their own country out. So they said, let's go restudy the Egyptians. And they found out that the Egyptians had a different way of thinking. So they took on the Egyptians' way of thinking, which still ain't had nothing to do with the Most High. But that's why we were able to be there 400 years. And the same here. We couldn't be in a real Christian country for 400 years. There's no way we would have survived that long. But they built this country to accommodate slaves. You understand? The Egyptians built their country to accommodate slaves. And that's why slavery was able to last so long in these empires. But slavery is coming to an end. The Most High is ending all this empire. You see them wars going on in the Middle East. All this is getting ready to get wiped out. Every bit of it. So now's the time you might as well be all the way black, all the way Latino, all the way Native Indian. You might as well be all the way who you are. You might as well drop the pretenses now and seek out the Lord and find out who you are, man, and be great in the earth. Why not be great? I
saw it said South Korea got footage of the North Koreans joining Putin, joining Russia.
Yeah.
And I believe Americans been fighting in the Ukraine.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's for sure.
And I don't know if y'all heard, but the South Koreans was sending balloons over with circulars, flyers saying how bad Kim Jong-un is, the president of North Korea. Yeah, please. With how terrible the president of North Korea is. So
it's the World War III.
Yeah. So Kim Jong-un and them, they filled up some balloons also with human feces and sent it back over to South. South Korea walking down the street, a balloon pop, and nothing but human feces come down on his head with trash. They said they threw it down there, and then Kim Jong-un just blew up the roads that lead between South and North Korea. He blew up the roads thinking that South Korea might be getting ready to invade them on behalf of the United States. And so now he's mad. And so he blew up the roads, and they on DEFCON 1, and they part of the Third World War. And they got, and they got soldiers in Iran right now. Like the Lord setting the stage. Every time another nation get mentioned in it, I'm like, well, that's the prophecy. Because that's what you should look for now. You should look for every time a new nation, you ain't heard their name, and they name done got in it, know that that's the step going towards it. Now, whether this is it or not, I don't know. I pray it is. But it might die down. It might all die down. They might make peace after the election and all that, and then turn around and we had to wait for them to start all up again. But I hope not. They sure talk. They talking like they trying to get to the door.
Can you just remind me of something?
God.
There was now, brothers are going to remember this, right? This is when we had the Passover and we invited that sister to perform. I forget her name.
With the heart.
No, this last Passover.
Okay, come.
China Monet.
Yeah.
This was in here, and you said this year is going to be the year of the woman. Now, that was way before Kamala Harris got in the race. Yes, it was. That was last Passover. And you said, this year, women are going to be important. What women do, that was at last Passover. And then months after that, now, Women are the entire focal point of everything, of everybody. Women, 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 women. That's a prophecy you said in here. I remember all of them like a file.
Let me tell you.
And that's what you said in here. And now, here you go again. With the racists getting involved in this. You just did. You raised and had that lecture, Third World War, last week. What happened this week? This week, North Korea is going in and fighting in Ukraine. That was a week after you want to do that lecture. Now North Korea is fighting in the Ukraine. You know who's next? South Korea to fight in the Ukraine.
Yes, they are.
That's just logic.
That's just
right?
Said.
Now, that matters. I can tell you YAHUWAH, YAHUSHUA. That's all I can tell you. That matters.
Only through the grace and mercy of the Lord. Because here's the other thing to look at. That these wars are going to be fought on the streets of America. Get ready for it. Get ready for power outages, internet hacks. Get ready for grids to shut down. You see Cuba, they done shut the grid down on Cuba. That ain't no accident. That happened right now. Right as they get ready to go bomb Iran, the grid go down in Cuba. Come on. That ain't no coincidence. The Cubans, of course, don't want to say, give me the Cuban story. Cubans don't want to tell you that it's America or somebody else. They don't want to look like a chump. So they got to say, we don't know what happened. The grid kind of went down. They know what happened. They know the heat is on because every nation is going to be drawn into this war, man. Everybody's getting ready to get drawn in the war. And listen, and white people are going to turn it up on black people in this country. You about to see why the Israelite school of U.P.K. has been calling them the devil since 1969. You thought it was crazy 10 years ago. And now since the internet's been up, all you've seen is their brutality. And here's the thing. If the internet ever goes down in the United States, you better prepare yourself because these Edomites are going to be animals in this place. They shut that internet down where you can't see everything that's going on, where they get to hide in the dark. That's why it ain't as many serial killers no more because of the internet. But before the internet, it was white men. The average trucker was killing every prostitute at every rest stop. He put it in the truck, screw her, kill her, throw her along the side of the road. They had names for them serial killers. And brother, that's going to come back again. I watched the tape just the other day with these sisters just getting on the subway in California. And some Edomite planned it out. He come down the steps, pull a knife out, and cut the sister's throat, and then tried to stab up the other sister, killed one of them girls, and took off just on some white supremacy. Kill these two young girls. I mean, kill one of the young girls and cut the other one up badly. Like these Edomites, they coming out of their thicket in a minute. You about to see how evil they are. Mark my words on that one. Go ahead. Who did I cut off? Anybody? We done on that? Oh, you got the Cuban story? Let's go, because we ain't got a couple minutes. You can say something, Joe? Go ahead.
Gawakon, sir. Millions in Cuba remain without power as Hurricane Oscar makes landfall. Cuba has had 4 electrical grid collapses since Friday, and most of the country remains in the dark as slow progress is made to restore power.
There's been plenty of hurricanes down there. They ain't lose all the grids. Go ahead.
Gawakon, sir. Millions remain without power in Cuba for a third consecutive day as slow progress is made in restoring electricity following multiple major grid failures. Power is expected to be restored to everyone on the island by Tuesday. The Minister of Energy and Mines, Vincent Della Olevi, told reporters at a news conference Sunday. The announcement, however, came before the Energy and Mines Ministry reported a 4th grid failure.
Right. How 4 grids go down for the first time in Cuban history? All 4 of the grids go down. Man, that's, that's somebody don't want them in the fight. Somebody want to keep them out of the fight. Everybody's getting in the fight. Everybody's getting in the fight. And once the election's over, it's about to get real greasy. So pray the Lord just take it right on where it need to go. Because we need to stop the foolery anyway and get ourselves back on track to fixing our people and fixing our nation and putting on that real spirit of YAHUSHUA and getting out of them disgusting Babylonian temples you call churches. You know what I mean? All right, we got time for one more. You die. Give me the best you got.
Khan, sir. Drone hits building near Netanyahu's home in coastal Israel.
Here we go. Listen, he was extra smiling this week to make sure you didn't think that thing affected him. When that thing landed in his pool, he said nobody was home, brother. Take a good look at that wife. I think she was up there swimming in that damn pool. They threw that damn rocket right in the swimming pool in his vacation home. Like they've given them a message like, look, we can hit you too. They trying to be restrained with them, but they know, and they trying to be restrained because they know that U.S. power. The Lord done blessed the U.S. You know, they like Egypt. You know what I mean? They such a powerful force. Nobody on the planet really wants trouble with them. But they hit his crib. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. The Israeli prime minister and his wife were not home at the time of the strike, his office said. The episode highlighted the challenge drones pose to Israelis' air defenses.
Right. That's why they brought in a new air defense system. The United States brought in another one because they already got 3 or 4 of them. The United States added another one on them to try to give them some more support in that sky. And brother, them drones is, I mean, you got to face it, they rough as hell because they can maneuver. And again, the technology today, all of the armies on the earth are finding out that the low technology is better. The Russians is making them glide, you know, them, what do they call them things? Them glide missiles. They got a low-cost missile that can maneuver. It's like a glider. And that missile is tearing up the Ukrainians, blowing up buildings, going through all their defenses. And now these drones is a problem for the Israelis. They got these multi-billion-dollar defense systems, and these drones is getting through bombing stuff and all that. That is really indicative of how this war is going to eventually escalate because there's too much low-tech things for people to use now that you got technology. If it go too long, they're going to have to shut the internet off because people learning too much of the things that help them fight against their oppressors.
And so did you see that footage this week, which was ridiculous on the news, where the Israelis killed Hezbollah's leader?
Yes.
And he had one arm and the drone came into his house. They'd already blew his arm off.
Yeah.
And he picked up a stick and threw it at the drone.
Yeah.
That was looking like a sci-fi movie.
Yes.
The drone came in. See him on the couch with one arm.
Came in
and
like
he's
Terminator.
Yeah, like the Terminator, right? Like the damn, what's that? I forget the term, that company in the Terminator. I forget the name of it.
Cybernetics.
Cybernetics
or some shit.
He had one arm, bro. He picked up a stick and threw it at the damn drone. Then the drone just let loose on him and just took him all the way up. But the footage was just eerie.
It was eerie.
Eerie of it coming into his house and seeing a man with one arm.
And he didn't even notice it at first. That's why on camera you see him turn
looking
around.
like, damn,
He
a
know
damn
what this
robot
thing-
came in there. It's all over the internet. It's ridiculous footage.
God. Which is once again low tech. That
Yeah.
ain't high tech. That's low tech.
Please.
You know what I mean? And so that stuff is creating big problems in this kingdom. And them white boys better get ready. Oh, they shipping all of y'all out of here. They getting ready to ship. They shipped a whole bunch already. They getting ready to ship some more. You know what I mean? They're gonna get all you militias, they getting all y'all back.
Oh yeah.
All y'all January 6th. If Trump don't get in office, y'all done. Y'all all going to war. You know what I mean?
I'll give you one more thing you just reminded me of. And remember that for all you football fans out there, when you get all inspired watching the flag be unfolded on the football field and the jets flying over high and all of the Marines and the Navy and the Army stand up saluting, remember this. Every branch of the military has to pay the NFL for that. That's a paid commercial. You can go look that up. This is not the NFL expressing their patriotism. Every branch of the military pays the NFL for that commercial that they perform at halftime and before every show, because it makes white people want to sign up for the military.
That's a recruiting.
It's a recruiting tool, and the NFL charges the branches of the military for that. They pay for that commercial that they have for every halftime. So lucky, sir.
Yeah, I'm right. I think we at it, right? Hey, man, everybody go out there, man. Pay your tithes. Support this truth. I.S.U.P.K.com. Support this truth. I got the heavy hitters in the building with me. General Muhammad, give it up. General Ma'aka'Allah in the building with me. Give it up. Officer Marah, Officer Yadiah, Officer Ibahaya, and Officer Mathumyan in the building, holding us down, man. Anything coming up that I need to bring out? What's up next? What's on the table next? Austin, Texas, man. Check your calendar, man. Big shout out to Captain Yatazak. Big shout out to Captain Yard, hardcore warrior, holding us down as well. Man, we be out in Texas doing it up. I'll see y'all then, man. Y'all take care. Shalom, fam.
I want to take up too much of your time, General. One more question. If you could broadcast a message to every black man in America, what would you say?
Separate from white people quickly, because they're going to drag you into the Third World War and destroy your lives further.
Would you recommend?
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your time. Drop me some cash. You can move around this planet like we need to, man, to do the things we need to do. Everyone bless. Everyone bless. Everyone bless. Everyone bless. Everyone bless.
Shalom. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K 56 annual Passover. It's time to get you a garment. UPK traditional garments going for $175. Just contact me on Messenger. I can get you one ASAP. That being said, shalom.
I do my thing on it. She hit my line 100 times, I let it ring on it. These niggas must be out their mind, cause I'm the king on it. You know my thing, that's what I bring on it. Cause I'm the king on it. Okay. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I'm too far gone, I probably left a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I just want them dollars, nigga, you can keep the change. Unsatisfied until we on a private plane. I be with them soldiers ready to die over a name. Once that oil hit my head, I never been a I do my thing on it. She hit my line 100 times, I let it ring on it. These niggas must be out their mind, cause I'm the king on it. You know my thing, that's what I bring on it. Cause I'm the king on it. Okay. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I'm too far gone, I probably left a nigga. Respect a nigga when I check a nigga. I just want them dollars, nigga, you can keep the change. Unsatisfied until we on a private plane. I be with them soldiers ready to die over